Hi everybody, welcome to NBA Rumors. Today I wanted to talk about who I think the Cavs should take with the first overall pick. And I don't think it should be either center. I don't like Nerlens Noel, nor do I like Alex Len. I think Nerlens Noel is way too light right now. After his surgery, he's only about 206 pounds. Alex Len, I just don't think he's tough enough. I don't think he's that strong. He doesn't seem like he's always playing with as much intensity as he should be. He has no range on his hook, and he has no left hand. The players I think the Cavs should consider is Ben McLemore, Otto Porter, and Victor Oladipo, who I had going number one to the Cavs in my mock draft. But now I'm starting to lean a little more towards Otto Porter. He's 6'8", he's 205 pounds, he averaged 16.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. He is a very good defender. He's had comparisons. People have compared him to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Either of those players would be great on the Cavs. He's got a good wingspan. I can't remember exactly what the measurement was on his wingspan, but he does have a very nice wingspan. He can shoot. He can drive. He can pass. He's explosive. He's athletic. I think he should be number one. It should be either him, Porter, McLemore, or Oladipo. Ben McLemore is a 6'5" shooting guard. They say that he might be able to run the three. I doubt it, though. He's 185. He averaged 15.9 at Kansas. They say that's what they wanted him to score. They say he can score a lot more. He averaged 5 rebounds a game, which is kind of interesting for a shooting guard. That's pretty good. You need rebounding too. Rebounding is very important, especially nowadays in the NBA. It's always been important, actually. He only averaged about 2 assists as well as Porter. But yeah, his rebounding is what really, really surprises me with 5. It's good for a shooting guard. And then he's a tremendous three-point shooter. I mean, he's had comparisons to Ray Allen. He's got good height for a shooting guard, but the question I have is, if they drafted Ben McLemore, what would happen to Waiters? I really am a big Dion Waiters fan. I think he and Kyrie Irving both have the potential. I think Kyrie has the potential to be a superstar. I think he will be after next year if he can stay healthy. Now with Waiters, I don't know if he's going to be a superstar, but I definitely think he'll be an all-star. So if they get McLemore, I'm afraid of what's going to happen to Waiters, and I'm also afraid of what will happen if they get Oladipo, what will happen to Waiters. Ben McLemore can shoot the lights out, and he's actually a pretty good defender too. I heard. I've seen highlights. He's a pretty good defender. I've watched him play. But if he came to Cleveland, who would start? Would it be Waiters or would it be him? Now I would say I would start Dion Waiters, and then I would bring Ben McLemore off the bench at first. But that could change. But I definitely think Waiters has to have the start. He had an excellent first year last year at the Cavs after a lot of people not even really knowing who Waiters was. I was shocked when they drafted Dion Waiters. Now Victor Oladipo, he's had comparisons to Dwayne Wade. They say he has the best work ethic in all of the draft. But for some reason, the Cavs just don't seem like he's really even in the discussion. It seems like a week ago he was. I had him going number 1. I really like Oladipo, but now it's between Ben McLemore and Otto Porter. And if it was up to me right now, I'd probably go with Ben McElmore. I think I'd go with Ben McElmore, and because the Cavs really need help at shooting. I mean, they really need some shooters. I mean, if you think about it, the only consistent shooter we had last year on the Cavs was Kyrie Irving. That's about it. I mean, Deion Waiters really. I mean, he's okay from the three, but he's not a 3-point shooter. You know, he. You know, Alonzo G. People don't like Alonzo G. I like Alonzo G. Not necessarily from an offensive standpoint, but he's a very good defender. And you heard Byron Scott say in the beginning of the year he's the best defender in the NBA. Now, I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of defenders I'd rather have than Alonzo G, but I like Alonzo G, you know. And I think Deion Waiters and Ben McElmore could be a good combo, you know. I mean, one of them comes off the bench, you know. You got McElmore hitting threes. You got Waiters going to the basket. I think Waiters is an excellent guy to put it on the floor and drive to the hole. You know, I think Waiters is pretty explosive. McElmore, too. Another thing I haven't touched on with McElmore is his athletic ability. This guy is probably the most athletic player in the entire draft, you know. And I really, really think Ben McElmore should be the guy. People are saying he's out of shape, but, you know, Deion Waiters is out of shape, too, last year. You just got to work it hard in training camp, you know. He's a good defender. Now, out of these two guys, I think they should draft Ben McElmore, but I think they'd probably, out of these two guys, I don't know if this is who they're going to take. I hope they don't take Nerlens Noel or Alex Len, but out of these two guys, I think they would take Otto Porter because he's a very good defender. He's quick on his feet. He can stay in front of you on defense. He'll block shots. He's a good defender. And Mike Brown, of course, a defensive-minded coach. I definitely think that's who he would want out of the two. But me personally, I want McElmore. I think the Cavs need scoring. I think Alonzo G is a good defender, a very good defender. I think he could become elite, especially working under a great defensive coach. Well, I wouldn't say great, a very good defensive coach like Mike Brown. So I think McElmore is the guy that the Cavs need to go with. They need talent, and I think Ben McElmore is the most talent in the whole draft. I think Nerlens Noel is very overrated. I think Alex Len's very overrated. You know, for instance, put Nerlens Noel up against a guy like Roy Hibbert or Dwight Howard. He's gonna get dominated. I mean, he's too little. I mean, he weighs 210 pounds right now. You know, I mean, if he works out and maybe puts on 10 pounds before the beginning of the year, was he going to weigh like 225, 220? I mean, I just can't see him going up against guys like Roy Hibbert, DeMarcus Cousins, Dwight Howard. You know, I mean, could he guard Dwayne Wade? I mean, he's very, very light for a center. I mean, very light. Yeah, he's an excellent shot blocker. He has no offensive game. Yeah, he's very athletic. But, you know, I just don't think the Cavs should take a gamble on him. I like Ben McElmore. I like Otto Porter. I wouldn't be disappointed if they got Otto Porter, Ben McElmore, Oladipo. I didn't discuss Oladipo just because he really isn't even in the discussion anymore, which I don't understand why, because I really like Oladipo. If you guys want me to discuss Oladipo in another video, go ahead and comment. Subscribe and like, and visit my blog, NBAFanbloggers.com, and follow me on Twitter. The links are in the description. Thank you.